So last year, the draft is in Montreal, and the Montreal Canadiens have the first overall pick, and Ken Hughes pulled the biggest surprise I have seen on live television since that old dude said that La La Land won the best picture when it was actually Moonlight. I mean, for Ken Hughes to have the stones not only to make that decision, but to go out and announce it to a crowd full of Montreal Canadiens fans that are expecting him to say, "From the Kingston Frontenac, Shane Wright?" I mean, there were literally Habs fans booing the kid when he got off the bus and onto the red carpet going into the arena. I will never forget that moment in that draft because of Ken Hughes, and it wasn't just that. After shocking the entire arena with the Slafkovsky pick, a few minutes later, he basically announces through Gary Bettman to all of Montreal, "Hey guys, guess what I just did? I traded fan favorite Alex Romanov. Let's hear it." And look, in hindsight, the Kirby Dach trade is awesome for the Montreal Canadiens, but again, to have the stones to trade a fan favorite in front of the Montreal faithful and be like, "Here's Kirby Dach, who a lot of people are calling him a huge bust. We're going to try to rebuild him." And I wouldn't say that Habs fans were upset for that one. I would say that they were just stunned. And now, I mean, Ken Hughes is clearly developing a reputation to deliver some big swings at the draft. So a lot of Habs fans want Montreal to go for Matvei Michkov at number 5. But listen to this. Alexandre Gascon, a reporter, mentioned earlier in the week that the Habs are trying to trade up to the 4th overall pick where San Jose is to get a specific player. You don't trade up unless you have somebody that you have your sights on, that you know that, hey, if we don't have the 4th pick, we might not get this guy. So that in and of itself is already huge. I mean, if you trade up, especially if you're in the top 10 in the draft, that is an insane move, and it almost never happens. Because if you do that, especially if you trade only one spot up, you're basically telling the team, hey, we're confident that we're going to end up with the better player in this top 5 than you are. It's like when Trae Young and Luka Doncic were drafted by the Mavs and the Atlanta Hawks respectively, and then were traded for each other immediately. That's basically both teams saying, hey, the guy that you got is better and we know it, so let's switch. But get this, it gets even crazier for the Montreal Canadiens because apparently Ken Hughes, according to Arpan Basu, who is one of the most reputable Habs sources, is not just trying to trade up for the 4th pick, but he's also trying to take a run at the 2nd overall pick from Anaheim. And again, you'll see trades like, Romanov for the 13th overall pick. That happens in the NHL. But trying to switch spots in the top 10, let alone top 5 in the draft, is almost unheard of. Yes, it's happened before, but it is so rare. So whether it's Fantilli, Leo Carlsson, Will Smith, or another surprise pick that Ken Hughes has up his sleeve here, there's somebody that Montreal is really trying to get. And apparently Ken Hughes and the boys are being pretty aggressive about it, so they must feel that after 4th overall, there's a pretty big drop-off according to their scouts. Which, looking at Montreal's recent drafting history, is not super promising, but still, this is going to be juicy. And again, Ken Hughes is developing a reputation here of taking big Vladdy Guerrero Jr. swings at the draft here. And if he makes another blockbuster trade like this, I'm going to start calling this dude the Chris Angel mind freak of the NHL draft. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because it would make the draft so much fun like it was last year, all thanks to Ken Hughes. Who do you think he's trying to move up to grab? Like, who's on his radar so bad here that he's aggressively trying to move up? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.